Do you want to talk about Jesus is King? Kanye West's new album?
Jesus. So I listen to that.
Jesus,
We can talk about it.
I mean, we're
opinion
talking
is
about it
not a
now.
good one.
You could probably just cut this bit
I
together.
love.
It'd be a bit of work for you. You could be like the compilation episode.
You know what? I'm about to just click.
Hi, welcome to the SlapDuck podcast. I'm your host, Sully Iqbal, aka the foremost expert on the life and lies of H.P. Lovecraft and his cat. And I'm joined by...
His cat, which is a terrible name. Let's not. Oh, my name's George.
And
Luca Sheehan.
nothing to do with cats.
No, I don't. That movie looks weird. No.
And you...
Wait.
You can find us on everywhere. You can find good podcasts, and mine is SoundCloud. Now go.
And Radio Haver every week.
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday, 6 p.m. GMT.
Sick. The thing I wanted to say about the cats is their Twitter account follows one thing.
Yeah.
The one thing that they follow is it's called Red Laser Pointer.
That's really good.
It's fucking good.
That is brilliant.
Do you know what?
I was like, that's fucking
A
legit.
lot of companies have stepped up their social
media game, yeah.
real good. Like WWE on Fox, their social media is genuinely funny.
Yeah.
It's like they make in-jokes about wrestling and they respond to all of the comments. Like some of them aren't great jokes, but some of them are genuinely funny, and they make memes and everything. And like WWE's going to BT Sports in January, and they've kind of jumped on that as well. It's like, oh yeah, man, look at our memes too. We can make memes. But yeah,
No, you got stuff like Wendy's and Netflix, and that they're just like their social strategy is like act like a person.
Pornhub's is funny.
Pornhub's is
I fucking love Arby's.
Arby's.
Arby's in America, it's like a fast food chain.
Yeah.
Their social media is like, it's always game related. It's
Okay.
always anime related. So they make like anime characters out of the packaging for their fast food.
That's so cool.
And they make like game characters. It's fucking, you know what, I'm going to find some. I'm going to fucking show you.
Also, Brazzers one. Brazzers?
Yeah.
Always like bully WWE social media.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
They're
fantastic.
like, if you want to know how to make a storyline, check us out.
Oh, we'll show you a real pile driver.
Look, fucking Ape Escape.
That's really cool. Yeah, everyone
fucking-
listening, if you want to check it out,
It's sick.
What's
Well, not
their
Ape
Twitter
Escape.
account? Just Arby's.
Arby's.
At
Super
Arby's.
Monkey Ball.
Super Monkey Ball. No.
Super Monkey Ball.
It's so good. They did one for Naruto recently. They've even done a wrestling one.
You right there? Is this a Naruto thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Naruto.
God, I'm sorry, listeners.
Shut the fuck up.
I need to finish Naruto and then watch Shippuden.
No.
Yeah.
And then when I watch Boruto, because apparently there's been a big twist in Boruto.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up.
Yeah.
No one cares.
I know. I can't spoil what the twist was, but I'm gonna end up not watching Boruto for another 3 years, so it's fine.
Yeah, you got to watch Naruto's dad. No, Boruto's dad first.
Yeah. Can I just spoil it?
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah. Okay.
Who cares?
Spoiler. I think Boruto just does a Sasuke.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
If anyone understood that email, if anyone understood that email at slapduckpodcast@gmail.com,
It's a good.
because
It's a good
I
email.
don't. I really don't get this in this latest. Sully's throwing shapes over here.
That's
8 trigram.
And it's not dancing.
4 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just fucking punch the shit out of people.
It's really.
That's
fucking
not Naruto. That's Neji. Does
Yeah.
that?
Cool.
Naruto Mouse's sister.
cool. Neji, man.
Rip.
He's so cool.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This
Watch
is-
Naruto.
No. All right.
It's
Yeah.
actually a genuinely good action
Cool.
anime.
There's too much of it though. I'm done.
It's only like
The fuck.
It's only like 400 episodes.
no, that's Shippuden.
Fuck that, then.
Naruto's about 130.
Fuck that.
If you don't watch the filler.
Fuck that.
No, don't.
Cool. Thank you.
it's genuinely, it's really good.
Okay.
I've done so many essays on Naruto.
You wrote essays on it.
Yeah, like when I was doing art history and stuff in in college, I did a whole like assignment on like what inspired me and like all this kind of stuff, and I was like, oh, manga really inspires me, so I'm going to go into the roots of what manga is and talk about ukiyo-e woodblock prints and all this sort of stuff. It's really good, and I ended up on Naruto and being like, this is really good. This is how you make a really good villain and a really good hero, and like contrast and character design. You need to have good and bad, and it's really good, isn't it? Anyway, I had a great time.
And then your lecturer was like, mate,
My lecturer,
I prefer Sword Art Online.
oh, my lecturer collected fucking guitars and never played them.
Oh,
So I'm
Never
like,
played them.
Never played guitars. He
Just-
only collected them, and I was like, that's kind of cool, but I like, you know, a guitar needs to be loved, not looked at. It needs to be touched.
like a fine
We're touching my guitar. Right now.
wine.
Yeah, I fucking like that guitar a lot.
Thank you.
It's got a
That-
Floyd Rose, bro.
That was it was gifted to me from a dad's friend who does play guitar, but it was in like the boot of his car for like 2 years. He just didn't play it for ages, and like so I started doing just acoustic guitar lessons at school. And after a couple of years, he gave it to me on my birthday. And it's like, I haven't played this for years. It's yours.
Oh, that's really nice.
Also, I know you have a topic, but
Ish.
what is I kind of want to like I used to play the piano. And then I bought a keyboard recently to relearn. But I don't know, I just don't have the drive. I think I'm struggling a lot because I don't have that, you know, that
Dexterity.
8-year-old brain that I had, which was like, oh yeah, fuck it, happy birthday, bitches.
Well.
I used to be able to play Happy Birthday very easily. I wasn't very advanced, but I knew my way around a keyboard.
Sure.
AFK. But what would be like an instrument that would be like
Starter instrument.
yeah, a starter instrument? Because I do want to like have something that I could be like I could do and so kind of selfishly like a conversation starter or like a party talking type deal. But
Yeah.
also I think it would be I think being able to play an instrument is kind of very introspective. It's like
Yeah.
you and this instrument. It's
Sure.
like
I agree.
dance.
It's like whenever I noticed this year actually. It's whenever I feel like a little bit low or I'm kind of like in myself or like thinking about things, I just kind of instinctively pick up my guitar. I know that sounds really douchey, and like there's always one prick with a
And then
guitar.
I just
No.
But it's like
At the
every
campfire.
time I'm
See,
just like,
I have no problem. It's that one douche at a party that picks it up.
Oh, is
That guy can fuck off.
mate. Is that your guitar?
Oh, and they start picking it up and they play Wonderwall and you're like, get the
mate.
fuck
Yeah,
out of
man.
here.
Yeah, I'm just.
yeah.
I just-
Actually, could that's my dad's? Could you
Put
put
it down.
it
oh, mate,
down?
I'm just gonna play you guys something. I taught this myself. I wrote it myself. Can I just?
I mean, it's
No, it's okay. It's okay.
it's
Mate,
my-
I'll
no,
be
it's-
careful. It's
it's
cool.
my-
I got picked with me. I always carry it with me anyway.
It's
Oh,
my
it's fine,
my
it's fine.
dad's.
Anyway, guys, this is a little thing I like to call Wonderwall.
I feel like I've heard that.
Today's gotta be the day that I get back to you.
Anyway, sorry.
There's just like scratches and shit. I'm like,
It's
oh.
great. Oh, mate. Oh, my.
Those are new strings. How did you break them? It's a
mate.
pick. No, that's a bottle cap. Same thing.
Can't tell you the amount of times I've broken new strings. Oh, it's so annoying.
I only snapped a couple of strings in my life,
I've
but
snapped a
that
few.
terrifies me when I do it. I feel because the friend that my dad's friend that gave me this guitar, he snapped a string and it whipped and cut his hand
Fish
Yeah.
and chips.
straight because it's like they're so
They're
tense
like
that they
razor
snap.
and shit,
Yeah.
aren't they?
It's only happened a few times, and thankfully I didn't get injured during it. And I'm always so worried, especially when you hear it really creaking. Like I need to get some new fucking strings.
I hate it. I hate it.
I
so
know I
much.
need to get new strings for this because every time I tune it, it just gets worse and worse and worse.
It's a nice guitar, though.
There's also like super rusty strings. Cause it's weird. Like I don't really play it too much at the moment, but for the past good few years, I just use it more for like sonic sounds than like actual instrumentation.
Oh, like
melodies.
sound design stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
cool.
kind of what I use them for at this
That's
point.
nice. That's fine.
Yeah, it's like they don't get played the way that they should get played, which does suck.
You know what's really cool about that though
Mhm.
is if we go back to anime briefly.
Yeah.
In Attack on Titan, they've got like 3D maneuver gear where they like shoot out these things.
Oh, the ropes.
They go, yeah, it's like ropes and they stick into buildings and they swing and all this sort of stuff. The sound that it makes is a guitar string being pulled through one of the things.
Oh,
It's like that kind of scratchy, like like kind of sound.
that's cool.
And when I was like, oh, that's such a cool sound. And then I want to change my strings. I was like, fuck, that's the sound. It's just really cool. It's like sound design's really fucking cool.
No, that's kind of what I love about it. It's like a technical creativity, which it blends like the two sides of things that I like, where you have to be super creative, but also like the technical know-how of like being super precise when implementing and editing it to the picture.
That's cool.
That's kind of why I fell in love with it. It was like the two things equally what I like doing.
But as it comes to like, you know, instruments that you can play, every instrument has its own level of technicality. So what instrument like talks to you the most? What do you like to hear the most?
Yeah,
because that's probably your answer.
Because I don't think there's any instrument that you can pick up and you're like, easy learn.
Yeah,
I mean,
Triangle.
the recorder.
I mean, even your own voice.
Yeah,
that's hard to learn.
One of the hardest.
True.
I mean, I still don't even know shit about it.
I do.
I mean, yeah,
I guess I do enjoy.
You got it. You got it.
piano.
Go on, give us a little pitch. Give us a little one. There we go.
Oh, fuck, what was that? Like a maybe a G.
Sorry, if the microphone didn't pick up. Sally just mouthed G to us. Very worried that he didn't.
Mate, I don't even know. Hang on. No.
They may have lost tuning since the last time.
No, that sounds about right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely a G. That's fine.
Nice.
But yeah, so what's the thing that kind of speaks to you when you listen to it the most?
When I listen to it, it would either be piano and or saxophone.
Saxophone?
The saxophone seems like it'd be very complicated to learn and expensive.
Yeah, but at the same time, saxophones are fucking sexy, man.
Yeah, like
anybody who can play a saxophone,
I got
I'm
to-
immediately like, whoa.
When I was doing my, I want to say A-level, we had to do a couple of, basically one of the things to get through the course was just basically re-record a song.
Yeah.
So I did a big fan of Incubus, first band, or second band, no, was meant to be one of the first bands I ever saw live, but long story.
those ones you gave away to the dying.
No, not Incubus. No.
Oh.
She got disturbed, not Incubus.
What?
Remember he told a story about the girl that was dying.
Dying,
Yeah,
gotta go sing it.
yeah,
Go
no,
chickens.
sorry.
Yeah.
My head went to a really fucking bad joke. That was like, no, I can't even. No, I'm
No.
alright.
All right.
Sorry.
What was it? Oh shit. Yeah, so I did it's an Incubus song called Certain Shade of Green. It's from their second album. It's really quite funky. Which is what I like about it. No, Summer Romance. Sorry, not Certain Shade of Green.
Oh,
The
fucking
anti-gravity love song.
hell. Get it
and
right, man.
It's kind of funky, and there's like a solo in it. So I kind of redid it, and there was a kid, and he was probably like 4 or 5 years younger, that played the saxophone. He played it pretty fucking well. So I got him to kind of replace one of the instruments on the song and do like a massive saxophone solo rather than guitar solo.
Kinky.
I fucking loved it.
That's sick.
And I just told him, really, we didn't follow the same like note structure. It was like, you got to like start on this, end on this. Because he did jazz. So it's like, this is beginning and end, do what you want in the middle, you have 15 seconds.
That sounds delicious.
So we just did a good few run throughs, and I kind of like edited that in to it, and I absolutely loved it.
That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Sounds fucking
That's just the only time I've ever got to like
Sounds
record
delish.
someone like jazz wise with like a saxophone or anything.
Delish.
It was like it was like a mixture of that, like cool female vocalist. I had to get some of the djembes because there was like a little percussion thing. Yeah, it was good for fun.
Nice.
I miss doing that sometimes. Like actually like
Do it.
recording like music and instruments with like
Yeah.
other people.
Do it. You know a couple of
Yeah.
You got one here. You got two. We got one at work. We got a couple at work.
Yeah, no, and like Julian and stuff. Like
Yeah.
the last time I did it was with Julian, but it was all vocal stuff that we
Yeah.
were doing overnight. So I wanna.
How about I organize it and you do it?
Yeah, so you can be my agent.
I think I could make a fucking
You could
sick
be
agent.
Good agent, yeah.
I'd be like fucking
High all the time.
Michael Ovitz.
Who?
He was like essentially the most powerful agent in Hollywood.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, he like people were more scared of him than anyone else in Hollywood.
That's
because
cool.
he could like, you know, Rain Man.
Mhm.
He put that together
Fair.
because everyone was like, Rain Man's gonna fucking flop. the fuck's wrong with you, Dustin Hoffman?
Tom Cruise? What?
Yeah, they're like Dustin
Top
Hoffman
Gun
and Tom
guy?
Cruise. You should swap the roles because obviously that makes
Mm.
sense. But they're like, no, Dustin's the Rain Man.
The rain dude.
Rain Man.
Good
Rain
way
Dude.
of navigating that
They
one.
call me the Rain Dude.
The Weatherman.
I'm gonna talk about one of the greatest purchases I've ever made.
Please
Rain
do.
So I've had a chronic problem
Shit.
for the past like
It's like a chest infection or something.
years.
It's a good
18
cough.
years of my life.
Do you need some like snaps to get you?
Ooh.
No,
You want some snaps?
no, no,
Okay.
no
Oh, okay.
snaps.
Okay.
Fantasy. No, I used to do this thing all the time, and I'll probably fall back into it at some point, which is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to like bite the skin around my like nails.
I
and
did the
stuff.
exact same thing. Yeah.
And it got to a point where I was like, this is so fucking bad. Like every time they like grow back, I'm just chewing the shit out of them. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm so, I'm 24. I'm supposed to grow out of these fucking habits or whatever. So then I went on Amazon.com, TM, and
Shout out.
I
Yeah. Shout out to Amazon. I don't know heard of them.
Use that affiliate link.
Oh, if only we had.
I typed
We
in
can.
cuticle cream or something to like
Yes.
to cure the skin around my nails, and I bought this thing from Burt's Bees,
Okay.
I heard of them.
which good shit, and it's like this lemon cuticle butter thing,
Fucking hell.
Delicious.
and it like for what it is, it's a bit expensive.
Oh, obviously.
It's like it was like £5 for this tiny little tub,
That's
like
all
that
right.
fits in my bag and is about this big.
But how much do you use?
I use it every time I have a shower.
No, but I mean, how long has it lasted?
Oh,
It's like 5 doesn't seem too bad if you're not only putting like little bits on.
yeah, obviously. So, and it's just become one of those like treasured things to me now.
Ooh.
I feel like if my cuticle butter like left, I'd be like, where have you gone?
You start running out of it. You're
Maybe
like,
come
bulk
back.
I
ordering.
just start chewing the shit out of my nail. But it's just like mate, it's so nice to just rub your nails with this thing. Oh, and it smells like a fucking lemon drizzle cake. It's amazing.
How do you not chew them after then?
Oh, I know you just don't,
Yeah,
because
so-
that's the plan.
So is it to stop you chewing it? Or is it like-
It's to be aware of it. It's like as soon as it's
You
like
go for the
taking
bite
the
and say,
active step.
No.
It's the active step of like you're using this, so you don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like if I don't have that anymore, I'll probably start doing it.
Mhm.
So the more I have this and the more I use it, I'm like, okay, I don't need to. And now my fingers feel and look way better than they used to.
Nice. When my dad told me that he used to chew his nails when he was younger. So his mum got him this like essentially a nail polish that tastes disgusting to
Yeah.
stop you from doing that. He liked the taste of it. So he ended up chewing it
Fuck
more.
it.
But yeah, it sounds like a good idea. I've actually got to the point now where, because I used to chew them all the time, where I actively don't. And it's got to the point now where I have to like start actually cutting my nails properly. I haven't had to do that for fucking years, but like this year it's been like, holy shit, I can actually see the idea that there's dirt underneath my nails because they're so long. I have to like clip them down. It's quite nice. So you like get into that point. I still sometimes pick around the edges, but like it's a slow.
I
movement.
mean, I do too. Like I know I'm like trying my best not to, but when you play guitar, there's more skin on your fingers because it's always
hard as
like
well.
calloused. So I'm like, there are bits where I'm like, oh, there's a bit of dead skin. Oh, just
Just, I'm hungry. Why not just have a little nibble? Ooh,
sorry.
What's that?
That was a fucking cat, Sully.
Whose cat?
My cat,
Okay.
not Schrodinger's cat or H.P. Lovecraft.
I feel like Sully's entire thing of this is getting you to say his name.
Yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft. That was a different time back then, man.
Not really. That was,
Yeah.
When was he writing books? In the 40s or 50s, some shit?
No, this is like hundreds of years ago.
No,
wasn't
all
it?
of his books are set in the 50s.
All right, let's have
Are
a
they?
look. Let's
Yeah.
have a look.
Not 50s.
Yeah,
like,
get R&D on
they're
this.
all
HP
they're all
Lovecraft.
set after like at least like the First World War.
When is it?
I typed in H.P. Lovecraft and fucking it was like H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft cat. I was like, fuck's sake. He was born on the 20th of August, 1890. and died
right.
in the 15th of March, 1937.
Oh, so
Yeah.
all of his books are sort of set around that time, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So
When he was alive.
yeah, and they're set are following.
I
I mean,
read
that definitely was a different time back
Yeah, oh
then.
yeah.
one of the best, the only book.
buses.
Buses?
There's a park and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was after then, but all right.
The only book I've read by H.P. Lovecraft is The Shadow over Innsmouth.
Oh, yeah,
Like
that's a
it?
good
Have
one.
you read it?
I've listened to it. Yeah.
Shadow over Innsmouth is fucking good.
Hmm.
It's fucking scary.
So weird. H.P. Lovecraft.
Cat.
Yeah, oh god, it's something that you don't really see turn into a lot of modern
Yeah.
Oh my
like entertainment. But when it's done right, it's good.
I think his works, because I literally only got the Necronomicon because I heard lots of people talking about H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah.
So annoying.
I know, right? And I saw lots of of his stuff being sold whilst I worked at a bookshop. And I never got a massive appeal towards it. But I'm like, okay, I'll give it a go.
Are you enjoying it?
Some of it.
Okay.
Some of it feels like he's just like, I know a lot of big words. I'm gonna throw them on paper.
Right.
Like there are. I mean, it doesn't help that they're all like short stories as well. So you've got no one huge narrative. Like I love Julian Barnes because even though his books aren't big, it's like it's one narrative that flows through and it's life. And to be honest, stuff like H.P. Lovecraft stuff isn't really the kind of books I would normally read or listen to. I like stuff about people in real life.
Not like cosmic entities.
Yeah. It just feels like he's like, I'm a smart man who knows lots of big words and stuff.
Do you know why?
Fucking throw him down.
Because he reads big word books.
Yeah.
You know what that's called?
Big dick energy.
Dictionary.
Dictionary.
Big dick boy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Big-
that's
big
I've watched
dictionary.
through the most recent season of Big Mouth and I fucking love it.
Oh.
Big dick boy.
No, I'm not gonna watch that. Honestly, I can't wait until the end of January so I can cancel my Netflix.
Oh, but
The Witcher!
20th of December, the Witcher series drops.
Joe back.
Shit.
Oh my god, I cannot that is gonna make my winter binge.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That is
Are they going to release all the episodes at once? Or are they going to
Yeah.
release weekly?
no, all the episodes at once.
Oh,
What's wrong with that?
no, I don't know.
Winter
No, just around Christmas when you're just kind of bumming around at home.
Oh, to be fair, me and my brother will fuck that up.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Fuck it up.
yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm
Fuck it in.
Oh,
Let me begin.
I cannot wait. I really hope it's good. It looks good from the trailer.
And he sounds amazing. Have you seen the latest trailer?
But it's weird. Like in some of the clips, he sounds like he's putting on the Geralt style voice from like the games, and other times he sounds Cockney, like English. So I'm not really sure what they're going for.
I hope
You
the
don't-
whole
yeah.
series is just an advert for Gwen on mobile.
every fucking episode, they're like, get their phone out, like,
Just starts playing.
What is that device? Oh, it's my Gwent deck.
Oh, it's my
I've never played The Witcher or read anything about it, so this is gonna be my impression. They're playing Gwent. It's like, I wish I had some sort of device that allowed me to play Gwent whenever I could, without having a table and fellows around me.
And then they go
And then they whip it out.
whip
That's
out
the
their
advert for Gwen
smartphones.
on smartphone.
Now, I would like small elements like that to like crop up in the series, but I don't think they're necessarily needed.
Yeah.
Like I would love a reference to Gwent, or like you walk in to like a fucking pub
Someone's
or
playing
tavern or something,
Gwent.
and they're playing Gwent in the corner or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be like a lovely little reference.
Like on their smartphones.
Like on the smartphones, yeah.
They whip out their Sheikah tablets.
No, it's small things like that. I'm all for like the casting choices. I have no problem with.
Couch.
Because there's some people that like are annoyed that they don't look like the ones from the games. Like the game's based off the book. The series is based off the book, not the games. I don't really mind a bit of change.
Yeah, I
Because
think
otherwise it's too close to, I guess, essentially an adaptation that's already existed.
Yeah, true. And I really think Henry Cavill looks fucking sick
He does look
as
good.
Geralt.
So long as I think the physicality has got down. So long as I guess so long as the script and the storyline works, I'm happy.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That Polish boy is going to be happy because he's going to get money off this one.
Yeah,
Unlike
he
the
doesn't
games.
get money off the games, does he?
Does
He,
he
s-
not?
he sold the rights to the game adaptation to them for like next to nothing because he was like, fucking games, not going to make anything. I'm like, yeah, sure. And then they blew up and he tried to sue them and they were like, you sold us the rights.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but
We own this.
We own
not
it.
You.
We own you
It's
now.
like, so that I'm sure he's not done the same thing for the series, but from what I read today, they've mapped out
Seven
seasons worth,
Fucking
which doesn't mean
jeez.
there's going to be 7 seasons. But the
Yeah.
fact that they have a roadmap for where the story's going, it shouldn't fit. We shouldn't get any filler or too much filler,
Yeah.
which is cool. I like the
Filler.
idea of like the odd kind of episode just being like him doing a contract.
Yeah.
I would like that. Like
Like an anthology series. Like every story is like a contract that he's doing.
He's got one.
It's just people.
Or every season is a contract.
I like the idea of like it's just people around the tavern telling tales of Geralt the Witcher who came and did this or came and did that. Like
That would be really cool.
that'd be nice.
I'd be down for that. I like a good anthology series.
So do I.
Unreliable narrative.
Yeah, sort of like the unreliable narrative standpoint. Like, you rarely get that in film, but I do like it.
Mm.
You get it in like some games. Was it Call of Juarez Gunslinger? It was like a game on the PS3 era.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was like someone at a bar telling the story.
Yeah.
And as you're playing through, it's kind of like, oh yeah, he was in a barn. And you're going through it and like, oh, it was on fire. And then just
Yeah.
fire appears.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's sick.
it's really
Such a
great.
good game.
It's such a cool idea.
The Call of Juarez games are really good.
It's the only one I ever played.
I played. I think it might have been that one. There was another one. I think where you played as two brothers and you would flick between.
Oh, that does ring a bell.
Yeah, you'd flick between the two brother stories that were going at the same time.
I don't think I played it, but it does ring
Because
a bell.
one of them was like, I'm a cowboy. I'm gonna be a soldier boy.
But the unreliable narrative,
where's
like
we going?
narrator,
Whoa.
I think that could be a really cool concept for film or for a TV series.
There's a
Yeah.
really good like short film on YouTube called the narrator who's out for blood or something like that. And
Oh,
it's
shit.
basically this narrator is like doing a western, like he's narrating a western.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the guy who's Ron Swanson. Is it Ron Swanson?
Nick
Oh, Nick Hoffman.
Nick Offerman, yeah. I think he's the voice. And it's really fucking
Formula.
good. It's like he's basically following this western and he keeps saying like shit
Mm.
that the narrator knows about this character, but everyone can hear him. It's like,
That's
It's
really cool.
It's really good.
No, I like that.
You know, I'll link it to you guys now because I don't want you to forget.
Yeah,
I don't
like,
want to
give us the
about it.
name so people can search for it. It sounds like a really cool idea. Like, for me, one of the like an anthology series that I would absolutely love would be an adaptation of the book I, Robot. Because it
But
is.
you already have the perfect
Don't
adaptation.
you
Yeah.
fucking start, mate.
I Robot, the best movie ever made. It's
Oh.
almost Oscar season, guys. We're bringing back the iRobot
You think I care
jokes.
what you think? You think I give a shit what you think?
I'm allergic to bullshit.
Yeah.
I hate you guys so much.
Will Smith. Will Smith.
Oh, Gemini Man.
Best fucking film.
Just because it is a book, it's a collection of short stories. You could do an episode of each one because they are standalone stories, but there is a through line,
Yeah.
which is the narrator. I think
Yeah.
you could have a really cool. That could be an amazing kind of standalone mini series. I would be all for that, and one day I hope someone or it gets made, and I would love
It
to be.
could be on all four.
Oh.
Oh god!
Oh
Oh
shit.
god!
He bloody went there, didn't he?
Yeah. George?
So yeah, I've linked it to you guys now.
Oh, what's it called? Just so the
Oh,
listeners can watch it.
that was the whole point, wasn't
Long.
it? It's called Nick Offerman, a lone gunslinger enters a saloon, but the narrator is bloodthirsty.
Jesus, that's a very
Lengthy title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
catchy.
Yeah.
catchy.
So if you didn't
what
catch
are
that,
what are
sorry.
you watching? Oh, Nick
Rewind.
Offerman.
But that YouTube channel is called Omeletto,
Okay.
and they do loads of short stories like that, but like interesting ones.
That's cool.
So there's one where it's like a voiceover artist is pushed to his breaking point. It's basically a guy doing.
That's
like-
fantastic.
it's really
Funny.
good. It's really, really fucking good. A man in a time loop must work with his brother to prevent a catastrophic fire.
I love that. Like
It's cool.
they've just put like the one episode, the one line log line as their title.
Yeah,
It kind of makes sense
it's
because it's
Actually-
what it says on the tin.
really
Like-
quite clever.
So how great does this sound? A man with 1,500 words left to live struggles to keep his marriage and himself alive.
That is mad.
This sounds great.
That's a
doesn't it?
mad concept.
I'll probably watch that later.
Yeah. Oh, that might be a new channel for me to watch when I'm doing a shit.
That's fucking dope. Oh, okay. Well, I
Oh,
don't-
come on. We all
Damn.
do that, all
I
right?
don't
We
watch
sit in the
it-
bathroom and...
No, I don't watch YouTube.
What do you do?
I don't generally watch YouTube. on my
Nah,
phone.
I mean,
I do.
shit time is me time.
I play.
Me time is YouTube time.
I play a game.
Wait, what do you mean shit time is you time?
I mean, it's like, think about it.
You're
Like,
meditating.
going for a shit is the only time in the world where no one is allowed to bother you.
Mhm.
No one can
Unless
come
you
in
have a child,
unless you have a child.
and then it's like, get me in.
It's like, but
or a
if,
wife
if,
that really doesn't care. Or
if you're
a partner
taking a
that doesn't care.
shit and you're like, no, this is locked. The door's locked. No one can come in. This is my time. This is
Candles,
legit for me only.
jazz music.
Oh, okay.
It's
A
good.
bit Kenny G on in the background.
Yeah.
Mm.
Speaking of Kenny G, do you like his feature on the new Kanye West album?
Oh, you know what?
Jeez,
I love that
Segue.
segue. That was magical.
That
That
was
wasn't even
good.
planned.
It was good.
Sorry. Yeah. That album is an album,
You know what?
or is it?
I
It's not. It's bad.
I was okay with it.
Did you like it?
I liked it. I didn't love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I really enjoy Kanye West music.
Mhm.
Kind of hypocritical of me for saying that I don't listen to like Chris Brown and all that because they're bad people.
Yeah.
Kanye is not really the best person in the world, although he seems to be back on his medication. You know, he was a dinosaur for Halloween.
For now.
Sick.
But I think compared to his last two albums,
Mhm.
I think it was a step in the right direction.
Really?
For me personally, I didn't like Ye.
Okay.
There's only a couple of songs in Life of Pablo that I enjoyed.
Were there any tracks off of this album that stand out to you?
I don't remember the names, but I'm not good with names.
No, that's fine.
Um,
Because for me, it was an album that the longer it went on, and it's not a long album, the more bored I got.
to be honest, the one thing I'll say about it is I didn't notice when the songs changed. Because whenever I listen to an album, especially for the first time, I will listen to it
In
as
order.
you should.
Yeah.
Listen to it in sequential order.
Mm.
I kind of didn't realize the album was finishing.
Yeah, it all kind of merges into
Yeah.
one. But there's lots of ends to songs that almost feel like the end of a chorus, and it's meant to go into something else.
Yeah.
But then it just goes into the next song. Yeah, I'm really not big on it. I feel like the entire album is him preaching.
Oh, it is. That's the whole point.
Yeah, and
That's definitely going
It's
to be
not really
some
my
like
cup of tea.
damage control type stuff as well.
yeah, and also some of the lyrics are just so
Yeah.
the opposite of self-aware.
Yeah.
The complete there's one about like getting off of Instagram and all that kind of shit. And you're like,
My favorite one.
you know how your wife makes money?
My favorite one is Closed on Sunday,
Jesus.
where he says,
Oh, is that the
"You can be my Chick-fil-A."
Chick-fil-A? Fuck me. It's lyrically just
That was a shit song.
rough.
I think "Follow God" was one I enjoyed.
Okay.
The third track, and I think one of the later ones I liked. I think it was I like to use this gospel,
All right.
the penultimate track.
I like. For me, the opening of the album
It was strong.
was okay, and then like as it went on, it was kind of strong. You brought in some of that quite impactful percussion.
Yeah.
It felt like it was building up to something. And off the back of that, I was expecting quite a big sounding album,
Yeah.
an interesting sounding album at least, with some kind of large production.
Yes.
And then it's just not. It's super minimal, and it feels like it gets more and more stripped back, but not in a way that it feels like stripped back and raw,
Yeah.
just in a way that it feels a bit lazy
Yeah.
from my point of view.
Mm.
From just a production standpoint, lyrically, it's very rough. It's not something that resonates with me at all.
Okay. I'm gonna ask your opinion, but do you think it was a case that they were like, "Yo, we got this sick idea. Kanye's into a gospel album, whether it have been his idea or his management being like, we need some damage control on Kanye. Let's do a gospel album." They started it. They were going real hard on it. Obviously, I don't know. I don't exactly know how music is produced, but I'm sure they didn't. The order they recorded the songs is in the order they released them, but it was like some of it he was well into it, and some of it he was kind of like, I'm just want to go home.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm kind of done with all of this.
Yeah. It does feel like some of them he put some effort into, other ones it's not.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not the world's biggest Kanye fan. He's
Yeah.
got some banging songs.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that would probably sit down and put him on and be like the sole artist.
808 and Heartbreaks is a fucking banger of an album.
No, he's got, like I said, he's got some fucking great stuff. I don't think this is one of them. George?
I like the first song,
Mm.
but I think I'll take from both like I feel like in some of the production goes in, and it's like really like,
Yeah.
whoa, this is cool to listen to. I like this. But at the same time, it does get very preachy, and it does like turn me away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that I've got anything wrong with somebody preaching what they believe. Like, if that's you, then fucking go for it.
Yeah.
But it just makes me like kind of turn the other direction. But you know, overall, I guess I liked it. I think like I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I don't know if I'd actively go out to listen to it, but if it's on, then I'm not gonna switch it off at the same time.
Yeah, if it comes on, you're like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I think. I was gonna say something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, so that was basically my 2 cents.
It's I'm putting my Apple Music on shuffle. Song from Jesus King comes on. Okay, I listen
I
to
might
it.
give it a go.
It's not going to be like I'm going through who am I feeling like listening to, or what am I feeling to listen to. It wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I feel like listening to Jesus is King.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
all of his albums, that's not the one you're going for.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. So you know, like, I mean, on Twitter, Kanye has this like thing that you get a glimpse of every now and again called the Sunday service.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And like the Sunday service, personally, I think is fucking sick.
yeah,
It just looks class.
Okay.
Like you got all these like musicians and singers, like gospel singers, like all around him in a circle, and they're all like fucking banging out these tunes, and he's like having a fucking sick
Yeah.
time. It just looks sick. Like I would love to fucking go.
Yeah.
Like it looks really like engaging.
Okay.
And I feel like that's what this album should have been.
yeah.
But at the moment, it's like I don't know.
It didn't feel like a gospel album.
It didn't feel like I got. Well, it did, but at the same time, it didn't.
It felt like gospel in messaging, but not in musical styling.
Do you feel like they were too scared to pull the trigger on it? Because they're like, yeah, we'll do a gospel album. It'll pick up people who love gospel music, but it's going to turn away everyone who likes essentially hip hop stuff. And they're like, what's the bigger market? Your bigger market is going to be the hip hop
Currently.
market. So it's kind of like,
I don't know. Though.
I don't think anyone's giving Kanye West direction when it comes to his music. I think he does what he wants to do.
yeah.
True.
Like a lot of artists, for the most part, if they're to the status of him,
he's just fucking like, you know,
He
what do I
wants-
feel like doing today?
pretty much
I'm gonna move to New York with my mama, and
make it game.
I ain't gonna have any money.
Like-
Like, I talking to guys at Capitol Records, they want to sign me, so I went to the other way. He has a song. He has like a song where he goes on for 10 minutes about how he got his record deal. I enjoy listening to that
Okay.
for some reason.
I don't know. Like there were like some lyrics in this album where he's speaking about like, oh, he's got enough money to survive, and he's got like, all these, it's like this is the guy that like a couple of years ago was like asking Mark Zuckerberg to fund him.
Yeah,
It's like it just feels a bit. The album itself feels a bit bipolar, which I kind of get the reason behind it, and if that's the intention, it's quite clever.
yeah,
Like, in the kind of like showing that kind of two sides to it, but it also just does feel a bit tone deaf.
yeah.
Just from like, I think if you didn't know so much about him and just took this album,
Yeah.
I might have liked it a bit more.
Mm.
But it's just the way he is, at least in like the current mindset.
Yeah.
It just kind of it takes some of the it taints it for me
Okay.
a bit. And also like they bouncing off like the kind of I've heard albums that are like Christian rock albums or Christian pop albums or hip hop albums that are far less preachy than this. Like he quite literally quotes scripture in this.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't
bit
know.
much.
It doesn't really sit well with me.
No. It's
I
like
mean, Skillet is a Christian rock band, and I love their songs, and they don't speak anything. They don't quote anything.
At what point are you a Christian rock band?
I think if it's a big component of your music, or at least like the messaging that you're, because I think
Just say it.
there are artists, yeah,
Christian
there are
band.
artists that's like, oh yeah, we're a Christian rock band, and chances are, I've listened to tons that I didn't even know were Christian rock bands because I
exactly.
didn't get that from the music.
Yeah,
But
So then, are most death metal bands like Satanist bands?
no, if I guess if they're
Because if their subject material is all like, you know, like death and hell and is that like does that make them like Satanists or does that make them a Satanist rock band, or is it purely down to the band itself saying that yes, we are this?
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could probably take a lot of songs from a Christian rock band and put them out as another band doing it, and they wouldn't really be Christian rock songs because the tone behind it isn't, or the intention behind it isn't that.
Do you think Christian rock bands are just rock bands that are failing and they're like, shit, we need to make some money. Let's say we're Christian, all the Christians will listen to us.
Or just American rock bands like, oh, what's big in America? Christianity.
Christianity, yes.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Love Jesus.
Yee- God's on our money. Let's just be one of them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Do they have God?
Yeah,
Oh, they
right.
say,
It's just
in
like,
God we trust.
In God
isn't
we
it?
trust. It's a bit much, isn't it?
And here we're like, yeah, Queen, innit?
Yeah. It's so bad. She's pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you meant Freddie. Damn.
Oh,
I'm so
one day.
I'm out of it, man.
That's all right. One day we'll get like Freddie.
Yeah.
Have AIDS.
Thankfully, you said that, not me.
Did you? Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
Tonight.
No, I don't know.
Some AIDS.
I think there are other albums out at the moment that I enjoyed far more than Kanye's.
Yeah.
Personally.
I mean, I've recently got back into listening to Flesh God Apocalypse's new album.
Really? You?
Veleno. Oh, so good.
I still have that on my phone, and it's purely from you suggesting it to me.
Oh, dude. It's just the praying mantis strategy going into Mona Lisa is just fucking. Oh, dude.
I love
It's so good.
praying mantises.
Do you? Do you love
Yeah.
their strategies?
They're my favourite characters in my Bug's Life. Isn't that a super racist praying mantis?
I feel like we've fallen off a cliff all of a sudden.
I've hit a wall, man.
Should we?
Should we? I feel like,
Yeah.
this might be a slightly short one, audience. I'm sorry, but
We're fucking done with
Bye.
yeah,
this.
it's been a rough one. Well, not
Uh.
rough, just a chill,
The
low
only thing
energy
that's
one.
rough is these nuts. That's because I don't use Manscaped. Use our code SlapDuck at Manscaped.com
something
to get 20% off.
Actually, something I do want to bring up real quick before we finish off. I've been getting these adverts.
for Manscaped.
No, it's
Blue Chew.
No, it's a razor that's for body grooming, and the whole advert is like this cartoon nutsack, and it's like a razor that's made for male grooming.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like no, I don't mean like a buzz razor. I mean like a face like clean cut. Like
That makes sense.
you having the smallest testes after this kind of thing.
That makes sense.
I think it's just mad that we're in a world now where your company can be like specifically targeting one ball grooming.
I mean, but it's a thing.
ball grooming.
It's a thing, man.
Stop saying
What?
It's a thing. I think it's a
ball grooming.
Because you know what? You don't want to
Scrote shave. Is that better?
No.
shave your scrotes.
The Gooch Gang.
Oh.
Say that many times. YouTuber.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci
Thank
gang,
you,
Gucci
Sally.
gang, gang, gang.
But yeah, it's an odd one. There's also this company that keeps I don't know why I still use Facebook at this point, but as I'm scrolling through, it's their marketing is super buff bodybuilders wearing the tightest jeans topless. I'm like,
Nice. I
how
like
is this
it.
working for me? Like, why is that appealing to me?
It's because it's getting you off, mate.
Oh, it
Mate,
is.
Your
Yeah.
wiener
Oh.
hard, and then you're like, oh no, my weenie is hard. I need to shave it.
Two companies merging together.
Damn.
Manscaped and Blue Chew.
I feel like we're dancing around something right now.
I genuinely have no clue what you're saying. It's gone over my head.
Oh yeah, the wall I've hit is still.
I have
quite
no
large.
idea what you're.
It's still quite large.
Yeah, it's a
I
large
don't
wall.
know what
Like a
you're
runner's wall.
referencing.
Hmm. Just what I'd leave you with that ball grooming.
Right.
Growl booming.
Okay.
Okay, boomer.
Okay.
Jenny grooming.
Right.
Okay, boomer.
Okay.
I'm still coming. And you guys are gonna have to end this. I'm
Hey,
gonna keep coming out.
Look, you
Right.
can listen to us anywhere you can find
The Rod Razor.
good podcasts. Guess what else? You can listen to us on Radio Haver at 6 p.m. GMT.
Oh.
Thank you for listening. We are now going to go and watch a video clip of a penguin fighting a duck.
Did you know that Nair makes a male version? Like you literally rub it on and like dissolves your hair.
You know what? That's actually not a bad shout.
It's
'Cause
not. I mean,
kind
they
of-
made it for years.
It's
But
kind of quick.
yeah, but I wonder, like, does it go down to the root, or is it just like
What
a
happens when
surface
you want to
level?
wash it off?
Are we talking about balls?
We're talking about everything.
What
What the
happens?
fuck?
But when you want to wash it off and it goes in your legs, I kind of like my leg hair.
Oh,
That's what I'm thinking. I feel like you'd have to, like, go in, like when you change a baby's diaper with one.
So do I stop this
You'd
by
have to,
pressing
like-
the space bar?
Uh,
Is that how I stop it?
Maybe.
Okay, I was gonna press the space bar now.
No.
It's